spell your first and last name?
David Blake. Davidblake.
We're not in any hurry. You just take your time.
John, ready? Okay,
You let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right, David. So, first question is going to be, what can campers find at your location?
Things to do. We have fishing, and we have a regulation volleyball and horseshoes and shuffleboard, and we try to let people entertain themselves as much as possible around here. But yeah, we have paddle boats we rent, and fishing's usually pretty good. So
Okay. About how many campers does this campground accommodate?
oh gosh. Well, this cabin here sleeps 10. We have 12 cabins, and I'm thinking some sleep 3, up to 6, 10. I think our cabins accommodate over 80, around 80 some, and then we have 60 some RV sites, and I think around 30 some primitive sites.
Okay, so going into the primitive, for people that don't know what primitive camping
Tent.
is,
Tent, yes.
okay, what's the best part about camping here?
Well, access to the county. We're right in the middle of the county. Of course, we're famous for our covered bridges, and Turkey Run State Park is I believe, the top state park in the state, and great hiking trails, and they do a lot of float trips, canoe trips on Sugar Creek. That's a big draw for us. So a lot of people will, they'll fish here in the mornings, then take off for the park or go see the bridges. Or there's a lot of pretty neat attractions here in Park County. We got an old crisp mill in Bridgeton that's operating. It's pretty neat, and a lot of history. Not much industry here in Park County, so we kind of keep it old style, and a lot of antique shops in Rockville, and just a lot of things to do and see around.
Okay. So, what can people enjoy when, whether they're staying in the cabins or they've got their RV spot or they're doing the tent camping? What do you think that the people that come here enjoy the most?
Sitting around a fire, is pretty huge, as long as the raccoons aren't trying to yank the marshmallows off your stick. We kind of keep a little handle on them out here, but you do get an occasional visitor. But no, we do a lot of family reunions out here, and the cabins really help in that area. We have one big family reunion where they rent all 12 cabins, so that's 80 people just in the cabin. Then they usually bring a few RVs in, so we get some pretty large family get-togethers out here, and we've had company picnics. Our local REMC power companies had their annual out here, and Pike Lumber were out this summer and they had about 80 some people out for their picnic. We have a large shelter right next to the playground that seats a lot of people. Kind of working towards an indoor facility to have conventions and stuff, but we're not quite there yet.
Okay, so when somebody brings their RV here, what are some of the amenities they can expect?
We have 30 or 50 amp, and then we have I think 15 full hookups with the sewer hookups, and they all have water. So water and electric, 30 and 50.
So what is something that you and your wife love about this property?
Just the friends that we make, and we have a lot of people that come every year. My thing I really like about it is I haven't had to boot anybody out of here in 3 years. First 2 years, it was almost every weekend, so you kind of get what you allow. And we have disrespectful people that maybe drink too much or whatever, this isn't the place to go. And we get a lot of good families, and we've got just a really good client base group of people that tell their friends, and very little trouble. And that's what I really like about it. It makes my job so much easier. So.
What would you tell people about the campground if they haven't been here before or haven't heard of this place before?
We keep it very clean, and I tell my folks the shower house is the heartbeat of this place, and keeping it clean, keeping a good, clean, sterile shower house is huge. None of these cabins have plumbing, so everybody has to go to the shower house. And if we had a nasty shower house, nobody would come. So that's the keeping it clean, picked up, groomed nice, and keep it nice and clean. And usually when people come into a clean place, they like to leave it the way they come into it. And it's, like I say, we got a good group of very respectful people that come here, and it makes it a lot better experience for us and for everybody, I think.
So when we were talking up front, you had said when you purchased this, it was just like the electric up front. So go through kind of.
Oh my goodness!
Why did you decide this is something I want to do?
I was actually looking for I had moved back from Montana. I had a Old Goat Trading Post was up right outside of Glacier National Park. I was up there for 9 years. That's where I started my hair sculptures. They're called spirit hides. Anyway, I was looking for a place to kind of put my store and a place to live, and this property came up, and the guy kept coming down in price every year. It sat abandoned for 7 years. The farmhouse me and my wife fixed up was evaluated at $0. There were 3 dump sites on this property that we had to clean up, and it was getting pretty bad. You abandon property, sometimes it can turn into a bit of a landfill pretty quick. So anyway, we made the guy an offer, and he grabbed it, and we got a real good deal on it. We figured it was worth the work of the cleanup. And oh gosh, we built 10 out of the 12 cabins. We built the camp store, the shower house we built, but I subbed out the concrete, the electric, and the plumbing, and we trussed it and roofed it. I was a contractor at the time, so I had a pretty good crew, which helped a lot. And yeah, we put the lake in. My brother-in-law, he's a farmer around here, and he had some equipment he came and pitched in, and a local excavating company came in, and we had the pond in about 3 weeks, 4-acre little lake, and went real good. And every year we had a project. We put a basketball court in, concrete, with the shuffleboard on one end 1 year, and then the next year we put the horseshoe pits and the volleyball and the playground, and just every year we had a project, and till we're at where we're at now. But
so how many acres is the campground?
it's the campground. The property is 67 acres. The campground is on right at half of it.
Okay, so we had kind of discussed a little bit about some future goals, like bringing some people in. What are some future goals that you're hoping to make in the next?
I would love.
Just a second. Before
Sorry.
I answer that, just shimmy a little bit that way.
Oh,
You're fine.
right there.
All right.
Okay. We're having my family. I'll be 70 here pretty quick, and everybody's telling me to retire. I'm not quite ready, so I would love to build an event center out here. We built these cabins. I've got a sawmill. We did all the work ourselves, and that's what I really enjoy doing. And I'm wanting to put in a big event center in to have some state conventions and some weddings and different different things, something that'll seat a couple hundred people. And so that's kind of what I'm struggling with now, is trying to convince my family that I'm not too old to do this. But yeah, that's, other than that, we're pretty sure we're going to put another lake in this winter. In fact, I'd like to start that here in 2 or 3 weeks. So this cabin will be lakefront. We'll have 4 more lakefront properties and cabins. And then some of our primitive in the back will all have, people can fish from their sites. It'll be lakefront. So
when you guys decided to make this a campground, is there a memory, or maybe you shared some when you were younger?
Not really. The property was such a good deal, and the electric was there. And I had a good friend that was an electrician. I asked him to come out and check it out, and he said the wire was all very good, heavy wire. He said you could put in, when we bought the place, it was all 110, and there were 2 110 hookups at each pole. And he said, yeah, he said you could grade them up to 50. The wire would handle it. So we talked about it, and really, I bought it with no intentions of a campground. But what are we going to do with all this wire in the ground and all these posts sticking up? So then we thought, yeah, a campground would be cool. And then I was kind of looking for a place for my trading post. And I thought, well, that'd go good with the trading post. And so.
So since you're in Park County, and you can just put this however you'd like, so the Covered Bridge Festival, biggest festival nationwide.
Yeah, it's huge, yeah.
So explain to me what that week, 2 weeks is like, leading into and during Covered Bridge.
Pure chaos. No, not really. It's usually, if something breaks down, it's during the Bridge Festival. Like we had to dig up a hydrant during the festival this year, and things seem to happen at that time. But no, it's a little chaotic. We're just full, and people, they'll stay for 2 or 3 days, and they're leaving, and another person's coming into their place, and somebody always comes early, so we got to put them in a parking lot for a while, and it's kind of gets a little crazy at times, but it's really not too bad. And we have a lot of friends that come just for this festival every year that we've gotten to know, and it's a good time. And the Covered Bridge people, they usually take off in the morning, and you don't see them till night. They're out looking at all the bridges and hitting the little festivities that are in each of the little towns, and it's pretty peaceful, really.
Okay, is there anything that you want to add that I did not ask you? I'm not going to ask him the question about the ISBDC.
Okay.
I'm going to have Julie reference a quote from his wife,
Okay.
because
That'd be-
she takes care of all that and
Okay.
David doesn't.
Cool.
Is there anything else you want to add? Do you want to add the fact that your furniture, you
Oh.
create this furniture, and
Yeah.
we can get some shots, because I know Kobe's up there getting some.
Yeah.
We can get some.
Yeah.
So tell us about your interior design in the cabins.
Okay, this cabin is the only one that's, well, a lot of our cabins have little tables and chairs to seat 4. This cabin, of course, sleeps 10. So we built this dining room table that seats 10. It's all red cedar. They got the captain chairs for each end, and the sides are benches. And we built the couch. Had a lady up the road did the upholstery work for it, and we did a couch, coffee table, and table set. But like this tree right here is, to me, is a work of art in itself. I don't know if lightning hit it. It's a red cedar tree, or if a deer rubbed the heck out of it when it was little, but you can see inside, you can see the heart, and it's swirled and twisted, and it's just, actually we didn't really need it to hold that staircase up, but it don't hurt. And it just looks so pretty. But a lot of this red cedar, I'm kind of crazy about it. You can see the purple knots and the red grain. I'm kind of a red cedar nut. I think it's the prettiest wood in the world, but most of the furniture we build is red cedar.
We good?
Anything else to add? You?
I don't think so.
Okay. Just just want you to
Pretty
make
well
sure you
covered
got
everything.
enough of the